At the last town hall, I had an opportunity to ask Dr. Feijoo because she kept saying that she felt that her lawsuit addressed the fact that the law was broken. So I asked her what law was broken. She said the law of racial and gender discrimination. So I asked her, so does that mean that you feel that the woman who was put above you, the African American woman who has the qualifications to be in that position, do you believe that the only reason she got that position is because she's black? Dr. Feijoo told me she can't answer that. And I told her that's why you can't be the superintendent here. You can't answer the most basic of questions. She can't answer it because that's the crux of her lawsuit. If she says yes, then it shows the character of who she is. If she says no, then she doesn't have a lawsuit, right? And this is who you brought to us.
Yes.
I would have loved to have been a member of this advisory committee that we didn't even know there was a law that you should have had that for us in your own bylaws. But from the beginning of this process, we all asked you for a visit or a talk with the last 3 to 5 candidates. And you kept telling us no, because if you did that, you would dilute the candidate pool. Guess what? Your process didn't work. You brought us the most unacceptable candidate that you could possibly find. Had you had us to advise you, we would have been able to tell you no. No Feijoo, no SRO, no Alteris Pro SRO security, unsecured company that we've been paying double since January. We have yet to see what they are providing. No link. And I'm linking that to what's going on in the development area because it all is the same.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you for having us. I'll be brief. I'm also a member of that Citizens Advisory Committee that was never formed per the bylaws. And the Board of Education, you made a choice that violated your bylaws and has alienated a significant portion of our community. Research shows that a diverse teaching staff benefits all students. The choice of Dr. Feijoo impacts our district's ability to attract those educators, those talented and diverse educators that all of our children would benefit from having. You've doubled down on your mistake, despite evidence that this decision was rushed and deeply flawed. You believe that the community should not have a voice in the selection of the superintendent, and you've said that as much. I hope the rest of us can agree that if there had been the required community advisory board required by the bylaws, we could have avoided this terrible division and begun to heal our city. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I was laughing.
This is Charlie Stern. I'm talking to Mr. Mark McLean, who's the president of the New Rochelle NAACP chapter. Why do you think the Board of Education is hanging on so dearly to its plans to hire this new superintendent?
Well, I think that at some point the Board of Education started pursuing personal and selfish goals and forgot about the goals and the well-being of the kids of New Rochelle and the communities of New Rochelle. So it's unexplainable why they would hold on to such a horrific choice. It's tantamount to finding a fatal flaw in a foundation, and rather than fixing that fatal flaw, you go ahead and build your house on a foundation that is flawed. It's not a good thing, and it really ensures a collapse.
Mr. McLean, let's suppose the summer goes by, it's September and October go by, it's November 1st, and your new superintendent is Dr. Laura Feijoo. What is the NACP's position at that point? I mean, she's going to be responsible for superintendent's hearings for children. She's going to be responsible for a lot of things. How do you square off with that?
Well, the NAACP has a history of struggle and protracted struggle. And we will struggle. We will do whatever is necessary to bring freedom, justice, and equality to our community. And if the board insists on propping up this this woman who is clearly unqualified and doesn't share the values of fostering diversity and embracing diversity. That is a foundational value of not only the black community in New Rochelle, but the community of New Rochelle as a whole. Then we will continue to struggle.
If the lawsuit were to fold or be settled between now and November, could your organizations continue to support this candidate?
No, because the lawsuit reveals the character flaw in this candidate. You can't unspill the milk. You can't unring the bell. And we are doing what the great Dr. Martin Luther King once said. We are judging this candidate not by the color of her skin, but by the context of her character. And when you read that lawsuit, you get a window into this candidate and this woman's character. Our mission statement here in the school district of New Rochelle makes it very clear that the foundational value of the school district is to embrace and foster diversity. Our strategic roadmap makes that one of the foundational goals. We have a school district now that is over 70% students of color, and we have a teaching staff that is over 70% white. So we need a leader for this district that is not only paying lip service to the value of diversity, but has that deeply embedded in their character.
I think the social workers have a term, cultural competence, and white and black people can or cannot have cultural competence.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what you're referring to.
Absolutely, and when you see the behavior of this of this board, and you see the behavior of the candidate they picked, it epitomizes cultural incompetence. And so we at the NAACP, we are compelled to struggle against such incompetence.